Hey everyone, I hope you're well. Today I want to do a tutorial on a no makeup look, especially a bit of a dewy no makeup look. Reason being because we're about to come out of full lockdown, isolation, life's going back to normal, but I think it'd be a bit weird to go from not wearing makeup every day to suddenly really glam. So I thought if we do a no makeup look, we're still going to look fresh and healthy and putting our best selves out there, but still on the natural and casual side, which we've gotten used to. So first things first is I need to put on some moisturizer. Now this morning I already did a serum and moisturizer and eye cream, but I'm putting more on now because the most important part I think of a all day dewy makeup is a good hydrating base. So what I'm using is a La Mer moisturizer. Now I'm not recommending this because it costs an absolute fortune. I think about $400 a bottle. I didn't pay for it, I was given it. Another good dewy cream would be the Tatcha dewy cream, which is much more reasonably priced, which is from Mecca. So when you choose a moisturizer, doesn't matter what the price point is, but for a dewy look, I do think you want quite a thick one that hydrates all day long and leaves that sort of, I suppose, thicker texture on the skin. If you are on the oilier side, though, obviously you wouldn't want it as dewy, you'd be going for more of a lightweight gel. But for now, I've put on the La Mer moisturizing cream. So next up, I'm going to put on an illuminator. This is in place of a primer, and what it's going to do is give me that beautiful light reflective skin. The one I've chosen is Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow Instant Soft Focus Beauty Flash. I've picked this brand. I like it because they don't test on animals. Okay, so I've got my illuminating primer here. It's quite subtle. I don't want shimmer all over my face, but can you see that is just giving me a nice wet sort of glow? The reason I like an illuminator is it bounces light off the skin, and reflecting light just blurs the surface of the skin to make your skin look better. And of course, keeps your skin looking dewy and luminous as opposed to matte, which can be a bit drying. All right, so I've got that illuminator on. By all means, you can skip this. You can go straight from your moisturizer to your foundation if you like, especially if it's a nice rich moisturizer, but I've got these products here to play with, so why not? Okay, next up is foundation. Foundation wise, coverage is different from person to person, but I would encourage you to go for sheerer. What I noticed is when I do makeup is a lot of people ask me for full coverage, and I look at their skin and they've got great skin. So they've got this thick foundation on, which makes me think, oh, what's hidden underneath it? But really they don't need it. So choose one. I would say maybe sheer to medium coverage. I'm using Clinique Even Better. I really love this as a winter foundation. Actually, I'm going to mix in a little bit of face and body. I really love this because it gives a nice dewy look, but it's also waterproof and long lasting. So I'm mixing two because I like to complicate things, but as I said, choose a sheer foundation and choose one that is dewy or light reflective or suitable for your skin type. If you are really oily, you won't want dewy, but going into winter, I think a lot of us are on the more dehydrated side. So I do find you can change the finish of your foundation. So even if you want matte in summer, now that winter's here, you can choose a more light reflective one. So can you see how natural that is compared to that side? It's not thick. It's just about evening out the color of the skin tone without looking thick. We just want our skin to look like it's naturally gorgeous, not thick and made up. But it does still definitely even out the skin. As you'll see, I've got a pimple there. Typical, I haven't had one all month, and now that I go to film a tutorial. Okay, just going to pop a little bit here. You also don't need to wear foundation everywhere. You can pick areas that you need to, i.e. could just be a little bit of redness there. And to be honest, in lockdown, that's exactly what I've been doing. I haven't been wearing foundation everywhere. I've just been putting on a spot concealer. But now we're getting ready to go back to the office and all the rest of it. We might want just a little bit more makeup. Okay, I've got on my foundation, so nice and sheer, dewy and light reflective. It's just evened out the tone a little bit. Now I'm going to go in with concealer. I really like the Charlotte Tilbury concealers. So I have here the Retoucher in shade 2 that I use under my eyes. And then for my pimples, I like to use Magic Away because I find it's a little bit more matte, so I don't like it under my eyes as much. So just gonna pop a little bit. I really like to work it into the corner because that's where I get really dark, and then a little bit underneath. And then I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer, which is a bit more matte, just on my little imperfections there. So this is why you can get away with a sheer foundation, because anywhere that you need coverage, you can just go in with your concealer. Okay, I think that should do it. So I like to use my fingers just to blend that in. I'm not into the thick white under eye concealer. That's all really obvious, you know, that Instagram trend. So this will be nice and natural by the time it's all blended. I love to use my finger. I think it just warms everything in. Okay, I've just patted in my concealer, so my base has started to be nice and even, but not too much coverage. I do want my skin coming through. I don't want that thick, flawless look. Like I said to you, it is the no makeup look. If you do have a thick foundation, you can use a beauty blender to sheer it out like this. Just like so, but mine's not, so I don't have that issue. Next up, because I want to keep the makeup looking really natural, I'm going to use a cream blush as opposed to a powder blush, and it's also going to give me that nice dewy look. The one I'm going to do today is, I've decanted it so it's in different packaging, but it's NARS Orgasm Blush. I also love these Stiller blushes, but I thought I'd use this as something different because it's been sitting in my makeup collection for probably a couple of years. So I'm just going to pop it here. So I call that on the cheekbone there, okay? On the apple as well, but not too low because I want to be lifting my features up. I'm really cautious of that. I don't, you know, at the age I want anti-aging, so I never go too low. Nice and high on those cheekbones there. You can put as little or as much on as you like. The other thing is blush does tend to fade, so I do want to put a little bit extra on because it will fade. Can you see that colour? As I said, nice and soft. This is a no makeup look. Next up, I'm going to do a little bit of bronzer. I want a really soft natural bronzer so no one can really tell it's on. So I've gone for Hula Hula Light by Benefit because it's matte. It's and such a light natural colour for a pale skin such as myself. They do make the darker one, which is the normal one, but as I said, I've got light. And I just really want to go right under the cheekbone there and around the side of the forehead. So side of the forehead, just under the cheekbone there. So remember how I've shown you on other tutorials, starting at the ear and just going back there, backwards and forwards, but I do blend it up, and then a little bit on the chin there and the neck. So it's meant to look natural, no stripes, but it does really warm my face and enhance the bone structure a little bit. So I'll just do the other side. So remember where the ear connects with the jaw, with the face, that's where we're popping it, lifting it up, blending it up on the side of the forehead there. Just going to get a little bit more and do the jawline there and down on the neck. So next up I want to do a highlight. Now because this isn't a evening glamorous look, it's a natural no makeup look, I've gone for a highlight that doesn't have any shimmer in it. It's just going to give me more of that wet reflective glossy look. So I've gone for Westman Atelier Lit Up. It's just basically a really beautiful glossy product. And I just want to go on the top of the cheekbone here. But you'll see it's nice and light reflective, you can see that, but it doesn't have a shimmer to it, so it is really beautiful and natural. Just on the top of the cheekbone. So when I say natural compared to a shimmery one, I just find it looks like your skin is just naturally glowing as opposed to you've got that highlighter on. I leave it at that day to day. I sometimes do the Cupid's bow, just there. Some people like to do their nose, even under their brows, but for me, I don't generally do the nose and under the brows, but I just wanted to quickly show you. Okay, so that's the complexion done for the no makeup look, and the eye part now is ever so simple. I'm basically going to just stick to cream products, no powder shadows on the eye to give you that really natural look. So what I'm going to do is use two paint pots. One is Painterly and one is Groundwork. So they're both by MAC. So just going to use Painterly, which is the lighter color. They do have a variety of different shades, so you can choose one that suits your eye shade, but this does suit a lot of people. And I'm just popping this all over the eyelid. What you'll notice is it just lightens my lid a little bit. If you want to have a darker color, then you would use the Groundworks option, which is the one I do when I want it ever so slightly smoky. But I want my eye makeup today to be a bit more, I suppose, of a brightening effect. So that's why I've gone for the lighter Painterly on the lid. I'm going to use the darker one, Groundworks. I'm just going to grab a brush. It's got my little Zoeva 227 here. So I've now got Groundworks. And what I'm going to do is with my eye open, I'm just actually going to contour my eye like I contoured my cheekbone a minute ago. I'm just contouring my eyes. But because I'm using this matte cream, by the time I've blended it, it's going to look so natural that it's really going to look like that's just my socket, my eye bone, as opposed to a lot of makeup on, which is the effect I'm going for. So can you see that compared to that side? I've got that definition up there, but really natural. And you could build it up and pop a bit more on, but for me, I really want to keep it ever so soft. I'm just going to show you the other side now. So you're going to keep your eye open, find the crease, so go into the socket above the crease, like that, and then just in that corner there. See, now I need to blend it because we don't want it to be obvious, so I'm just getting a blending brush. It is a cream, so you could use your fingers, whatever you prefer. Now I want to use Groundworks, that darker colour, for one more thing, and that's to really lightly line under my eyes. It'll be ever so natural, but it will just help give my eyes that little bit of definition, and also because it's got that brown base to it, it'll help brighten my actual eye colour. Can you see the difference? Ever so soft, but just gives me that tiny bit more definition under the eyes. So it's optional really whether you do it or not, so choose whichever you like. I think they both look nice. So again, I'm just getting Groundworks. I've got this little smudger brush, and I'm just smudging it on the lower lash line. See that? Okay, now for eyeliner, again, it's a no makeup look, so we don't want anyone to know we've actually got eyeliner on. So what I'm doing is I've got a chocolate brown gel. You could use a pencil as well, but I find they smudge a bit more, so I like the gels. So I've got a chocolate brown one. This is called Dip Down. It's by MAC. And what I'm going to do is pop it on my waterline up the top underneath my lashes, which is called tight lining. So you want to lift your eye up and just literally pat that top waterline. Can you see the difference between the two? This has a darker lash line, this one has lighter, but because it's under rather than on the eyelid, it looks so much more natural, but I've still got that definition. It's just actually making my eyelashes look thicker. So again, lifting the eye up and just going under there. Next up is mascara, but I'm going to give the lashes a quick curl first. So you don't have to curl your lashes, but I just want to lift mine up a bit. I'm all about lifting the eyes. See the difference? There we are. Okay. So now my lashes are lifted. I've just got Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara here. This isn't my favourite mascara. I'm using it up while I'm in isolation. My favourite is Lancome Hypnose. But I think Lancome Hypnose would be too thick for this look anyway. Alright, mascara's all on. I haven't really built up the mascara too much today because it is meant to be a more natural look. But you can, you know, pick a very thickening mascara, a very natural mascara for the day, whatever you're comfortable with. You could also go for a dark brown. I just pretty much always wear black. But a dark brown will be really nice if you want your makeup to look extra natural. So I'm almost done now. Last thing I want to show you is the lips. And for the no makeup look, I'm going to go with a tinted lip balm, which is by Mecca. First though, I am just going to give myself a little bit more definition. So I normally go for the lip liners with a bit more colour. My favourite one is Charlotte Tilbury Super Size Me, but I've picked Pillow Talk today because it's much more natural. See, that's Pillow Talk, nice and natural. And then I'm just going to put some lip balm on the top. You can go for a clear lip balm. I've decided to go for a bit of a rosy one just to lift my complexion a bit. I love tinted lip balms because in winter my lips get dry. And this is a way to give me a tiny bit of natural colour and hydrate the lips. And I don't look made up. So this one is Rose by Mecca Cosmetica, one of my favourites. Oh, you know what I haven't done? My eyebrows. I tinted them this morning, so to be honest, they don't really need much doing. But I will just grab a brow pencil and I do have a couple of gaps. So I'm just quickly gonna just fill in those little gaps. I'm not going to do the whole eyebrow. I am just filling in the gaps because I want this to look undone. So, and just maybe a little bit up there. I never normally forget about my eyebrows, but tinting them meant that they don't really need much. What I normally do when I haven't tinted my eyebrows is get brown mascara. So I'll just put it on so that you can see, but probably won't be a huge amount of difference because like I said, I just did my eyebrows. So they're much thicker and darker than they would normally be. But I do just like to brush brow gel through, which A, tints it, and B, because it's pushing them up, making them nice and fluffy, it makes them thicker, but you won't see the difference like you normally do, like I said to you, because I have just tinted them. But this is my natural, dewy, no makeup, whatever you want to call it look. Tailor it to suit yourself, but the main thing is keep your foundation nice and sheer. If you need coverage anywhere, go in with your concealer. Add a bit of an illuminator underneath if you are on the dry side and you want to really make that skin nice and dewy. Try a cream blush and a cream highlight as opposed to the powder products. Keep the eyes really simple. I've just gone for all creams as opposed to shadow. And give a tinted lip balm a go. I'm obsessed with them, so let me know what you think. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.